Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with Empress Oracle. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about answering your soul purpose. And I didn't write any notes except for the title for this one because I'm going to speak from the heart. All my wisdom comes from experience as well as knowledge that is given to me from the divine to share with you. This right here is from the heart. Okay? So, we're in a time right now where basically the world was given, as we used to call in the military, a training timeout. Everybody got to sit the fuck down, right? And right now is the time where you should be figuring out what it is that you really want to do. You should be using this time wisely, okay? So right now is the time for you to answer your soul purpose. When I say your soul purpose, that's also your life purpose, whatever you want to call it. For me personally, I will say I am a spiritual being here having a human experience. However, the foundations of my human experience that started to shape me and mold me into the person that I am today started with Christianity. That's part of my past. That's part of my history. Nobody can take that from me, regardless of their beliefs. Okay? To each their own. But I say that because when I was a child, I will never forget. I'm from New York, from the Bronx. Big up the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? Throw them X up right quick. But anyway, okay, back to it. Anyway, I used to go to a church, right? Called Family of Christ, Church of God in the Bronx. And as a child, that was my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing to do. I loved church. I went to Catholic school, and that was a Pentecostal church. So I guess you could say I've always been diverse. I've always been exposed to different things, And of course, growing up in a Caribbean household. So, but I know even as a child, I always knew that I was different. I always knew I had a gift. And I didn't understand it. I will always have, like dreams. Prophetic dreams is what I'm going to call them because it would always come true. And I remember it had gotten so bad to the point where I would go and I would tell my pastor, Michael Frith, Pastor, I had this dream. And I mean, I know at first I was scared, like he's going to be like, little girl, get the fuck out of here. But no, he listened to me. And I told him my dreams. I told him the dreams that I would have. And I remember one day in church, he called me up and he prophesied and he told me, he said, you have something. You have a gift. I don't remember exactly everything he said because, it was hella years ago. But basically he said, you have a gift. You have something. And you have to share it with the world. You have to share it with the world. He was like, you have to follow your destiny and your calling. If you don't, your life is going to be hard until you answer that call. And when he said that, it just struck something in my heart. I just never forgot it. And I remember after that, eventually I ended up moving from New York. I started high school in Georgia. And when I went to Georgia, I went to some little bullshit ass Episcopal, whatever the fuck I forgot what they called. Some other churches, but I ain't like them. No place was like Family of Christ. Okay? That's where I got my foundation. And, I went to other churches, and then, of course, I started being a teen. And the older I got, the more I walked away from my gifts. The more I walked away from my calling. The more I walked away from my purpose that I had already known as a child. When I was in high school, bad enough I was from New York, so they always thought I talked funny because I talked like a straight up dude when I first got to Georgia. But then I would feel things around people and I would say it, or I would dream things about people, my friends and stuff, and I would tell them, kind of like warn them, heads up and stuff. And they would look at me like I was crazy. And they would be like, oh, you're a witch, whatever, whatever. They'd be like, oh, you do voodoo and stuff like that because you Jamaican and stuff. Just all the stereotypes. Just throw them all at me. Cloud, cloud, cloud. And at that young, impressionable time, I gave a fuck. I did. I was like, damn, ooh, ow. That's fucked up. That's how you feel? Because at that age, I just didn't know that people could be so close-minded. Not so many people at one time. And so I started keeping it to myself a little more. But I still used it. And then as I got older, I just walked more away from my gifts, stopped using my talents. When I was younger, I did a lot of things. I used to write plays. I used to write short stories. I used to write erotica. I used to act. I used to paint. I used to love dancing. I used to write songs. All types of shit, raps. I used to do all kinds of shit. And I just stopped doing it and just started doing more secular things, should I say. Started getting more into the world. Started, boozing and cruising. Started my rock star career. And my life got harder. And there were a lot of times where I should have died. But those same gifts saved me. Because if it's one thing I always did, is I always listened to that inner knowing that I had. I always remembered what Bishop Frith had said to me. And no matter how dark my life got, I just always kept, even when I had nothing around me to look at, to make me feel hope that there would be something better. Even if everything around me was dull and dark and black, I still had that memory. I still had that thought. I still knew. I still remembered my gifts, my talents, even though I wasn't using them. I still knew who I really was. I knew what I had. And I knew that this fucking world around me and this bullshit around me couldn't tell me no different. I knew that. And I remember what he said. So that is like God gave me that confirmation early at a young age because he knew I would need that. He knew I would need that through all the bullshit I would go through in life because, us as humans, we're hard-headed and human nature, we want to control everything. We can't help it. It's human nature. We want to control everything. But then it always becomes a point in time in life where you realize that at some point you have to relinquish control. You have to just say, fuck it. You just have to let go and give control up to something unseen, a higher being. You just have to have faith. You just have to believe. You just have to trust. You just have to know. And sometimes that can be pertaining to your purpose, to your soul purpose. When you just feel lost, when you just feel fucking lost, like you can't punch your way out of a paper bag, when you get those feelings, those times, that's when you just let go and it's like you release that energy and give it back to the universe and let it fall where it may. And that's when everything comes out all right. But you have to have faith, you have to trust, and you have to know your soul purpose. And if you don't know it, you have to just trust. You just have to trust. And you'll be guided to your purpose. But you have to be willing. When God, Buddha, Source, Universe shows you otherwise from what you thought was your plan or what you thought was your purpose, don't fight it. Don't fight it. Because it's always for a better reason. There were so many times in life where I put myself on one path, you know, like I'm going to do this and that. And God straight up told me no. Straight up told me no. And I was like, why? 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 And he just wouldn't tell me why. And that was the point where I would have to be like, okay. And I would just have to remember what I was taught, those lessons back in church, back in the day, from Bishop Michael A. Frith. Thank you, sir. I just remembered those lessons. And so I just had faith. And I just knew that if that wasn't it, it was something better. And so I would just, I just wouldn't even try to, I would just be. I would just give, what's that shit y'all be saying? Give Jesus the wheel. And then when we pull up, I'm like, oh shit, this me? And he's like, yeah, my nigga, this you. I'm like, this me? He's like, this you. And I'm like, oh, damn. This shit is way better than what I thought I wanted for myself. If I hadn't just let go and had faith in the unknown and what I couldn't see, but what I believed in my heart and what I felt, I would have never seen this. I would have never gotten this. I would have thought that back there was the end all cure all. This is way better. And once I realized that with one small thing in life, that's all it took for me. That's all it took. I took that one little small seed of faith, that one incident in life, and I put it into everything. And every time, if something didn't work out for me, something else better did. Every time. Every time. Even if I didn't know why it didn't work out, when that something else better came, I would know then, like, oh, this is why it didn't work out. You guys, you gotta have faith. You have to have faith in what you believe and on the inside of who you are, of what you can do, of what you're capable of. Don't nobody else know that but you and your higher being that you believe in, whether it's God, source, whatever. That's it. That's it. That's it. Don't nobody else know no better. Can't nobody else tell you nothing. Period. Okay? You have to hold on strong to your faith and your belief in yourself and in the unknown. And you just got to fucking keep going. You got to keep going. If you hear that music, ignore that. It's my daughter pulling up. But anyway. She's ratchet like her mama. Anyway. Yeah. You just have to believe. You just have to believe. You really do. You know? And you got to keep going. Something that I realized, something that I've seen so much, it's like everybody's a fucking quitter. Everybody has an excuse. Some shit don't work out. They don't want to try again no more. Let me tell y'all something. Maybe it's the Jamaican in me, or I don't know. But it's never too late to start over. Never. Never. If some shit don't work out, if it's not fucking working out, don't keep trying to fix something that is not working out. Okay? Stop putting all that good energy into a dead source. You're wasting your time. Move on. It is okay to start over. That's what holds so many people back. That's what holds so many people back, because they're afraid to start over, because they feel like people are going to talk about them because they so old starting over. Let me tell you something. So many people is stuck comfortable in their situations just because they afraid of what people going to think if they see them starting over. All right? Fuck that. Fuck that. If something's not working for you, try something else. Stop lying to yourself. Stop holding yourself from your sole purpose. Okay? If you, every day you wake up and you go in and you clock it into a fucking 9 to 5, when you rather be fucking sitting under a fucking tree smoking weed and painting, then you need to fucking quit your goddamn job. Go sit under the fucking tree and paint and sell that shit. It might inspire somebody. You never know. That shit is your sole purpose. Whatever it tugs on your heart to do, whatever you'd rather be fucking doing, Okay? As long as it's not hurting anybody and it's not hurting yourself and it comes from a place of love, it's all right. It's what the fuck you supposed to do. So what if ain't nobody else doing that shit? Maybe you supposed to be the first one. How about that? Stop worrying about whatever else everybody else is doing. Okay? Stop worrying about going along with what everybody else is doing. Are you a sheep or are you a fucking wolf? The fuck? You know? You got to figure that out. Stop ignoring your soul's purpose. That thing that you do all the time, unintentionally, without even knowing you're doing it. You just love to do it. Okay? You just love to do it. Whether it's with people or by yourself. That is your soul's purpose. That's what you need to be doing. When we get up out of this quarantine, you should have figured out how you can do that full time. Okay? And even if you haven't figured it out, fuck it. Just bring it to light. Show the world, because you never know. You never know. You might open up the market for something. So many people not happy. So many people killing themselves because they're not living their dream, because they're not answering their soul purpose. You know, don't be scared. Don't be scared. And you know what? I've had to start over so many times. I feel pretty fucking good about it. You know what I'm saying? I just started over last week. Shit. And now I'm starting over again here, doing this with you guys. Answering my soul's purpose. This is something I've been doing for years. But I was doing it on a smaller scale. Helping just people around me. And now it's time to help the world. So if you guys don't know how to do it, you don't know what to do, just ask me. Follow me. Look what I'm doing. Go out on a limb. Fuck it. Just do it. I'll support you. If you're going to try something new that you've never done before and you're scared, tag me on it and I will support you. Okay? No matter what it is, don't be scared. Don't be scared. You got this, all right? I support you. And I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Don't forget, please share this. And if it's anything you want me to talk about, leave a comment. I love you guys.